Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Music Ball. My name is Joe, and I'm back with a recap review, however you want to call it. Well, it's not really a review, it's just a recap. I'm just going to talk. I'm going to be talking about Kelly Clarkson, of course, the Queen, and Closing Night. All right, so context on this. So, Kelly Clarkson, the Queen, the American Idol, she did her residency in Vegas, Chemistry and Intimate Night with Kelly Clarkson. Um, and so it was 10 shows. And I went to opening night on July 28th. And a magical moment. It was fantastic and all that. And then, through everything, long story short, I went to closing night, which was as I'm recording this video, a little less than 48 hours ago. And literally it's been such a travel weekend for me. Because I flew on Saturday, like the day of the show, got there in the afternoon, everything was fine. Um, my flight got canceled because of Hilary. Hilary. And then obviously, like, long story short, like I flew this like Monday, that is today, and I just got home like a good 30 minutes ago. So it's been it's been a moment. It's been a journey, but you know what? I'm here, made it home safe. Hope everyone in SoCal, Nevada, the Baja region, hope everyone is doing okay and safe. And there's no like really, really big tragedies or anything like that because of the storm, which I heard was very, very intense. We didn't get much of it in Vegas. We got like winds, very strong winds and a little bit of rain, but other than that, it was kind of we got kind of spared. And here in Tijuana as well, it looks like there was a lot of rain, but I think things were totally fine. Let's get to the concert. Okay. So by this, I was in the pit. Okay, when I tell you guys about being in the pit, general admission, I lost my mind as soon as I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be at the front. It's gonna be a moment like this. And I was just so excited. Like the moment that I had the ticket until like hours before. I was just going through the motions. Now, one thing that I did do different this time, and because opening night, like I dressed up nicely and I actually had this fedora on. It was great and I was living for it. But I was like, okay, I need to represent, as a Kelly fan. Like I feel like I didn't do that on opening night. I feel I should. So I had a black fedora. And so what I did was I had Kelly's album covers, like all like made like a little like stripe out of it and just like taped it, to like make it so if I would like turn around, you would see like all the album covers. And I got a lot of love. Like people were like, "Oh my God, I love your hat," and like that's really cool. And I was like, "Score!" Like I was representing. I'm actually representing right now with this shirt. Show me the meaning of life shirt, which I should have worn maybe for opening night or closing night, but I mean, whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I got to Planet Hollywood at like 5:30. At this point, expecting to be like a line or something. And I saw some people that already had like, the VIP Beat the Line People premiere. They were already doing line. Shout out to Amanda. Oh my God. So she was giving out bracelets and I love that you gave me these two because I made the connection. So one of them says because of you, with the U, letter U, and then the other, believe in me. So I'm making the connection of because of you, I believe in me. I'm just gonna put it like that. But they're so pretty, and I saw that she was handing out to everyone. And I know that some fans were like giving out bracelets, friendship bracelets. So thank you so much for that. What I saw her, and then it was really cool because one of the fun things about going to concerts is like meeting people like just in line or like next to you at the show. There in line, I met Aaron. Shout out to Aaron, super fan. He's a super fan for sure. And then Jonathan. Shout out to Jonathan. It was his first time seeing Kelly, and oh my God, just I was so excited for him. But he was actually with me like in the pit when the show started. But anyway. So I met them and we just talked about the show and just so much fun. The line starts moving, and by this point, like we're all rushing, trying to get a good spot. And oh my God, when I tell you like being there in the pit and like so close. I mean, I wasn't in the like actual like barricade. I was like maybe two, three people behind, but I was like so close. I'm like, is this really happening? I was having a moment like this, and That's gonna happen a lot, by the way. All right, let's talk about the show now because show begins again. We don't get it like like an intro or anything like that. No ACDC or anything like that. All right, and we go straight to favorite kind of high. Um, I mean, this is just a great song and just a great opener. It was just so much fun. The crowd was so into it. By the way, sold out crowd, 7,000 people. That's our queen. That's the American out for you. And just favorite kind of high sounded absolutely fantastic. So fun. The crowd was so into it. Everyone in the pit, we were like living our best life, really. And just great. It's just a great opener and a great summer jam that should have been a single, but I mean, well, was it really? I don't know. I'm still in debate of whether it was a promo single, but it wasn't released as a single. Hazel Eyes, a classic. And here's what I noticed. And I say this about like the breakaway songs and like the songs that are hits because obviously she's done these songs a million times already. There was so much emotion and rawness when she was performing these songs. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, she always killed it. Always kills it. Like just fantastic. But the emotion of I don't know, like even Hazel Eyes, I was like, ooh, like that hit deep. Like she's really going through the motions with this era. And I think it makes sense for like the intimate setting and the fact that like the whole era and everything she's gone through. I just think there was so much power and energy in the performance, especially of the hits. So Hazel Eyes was fantastic. Then we get to My Life Was Stuck Without You. A really fun track. I always joke that like, well, is not a really big fan of this song because it involves a certain producer, and she says it's like Since You've Been Gone, pretty much part two, which I mean does make sense. It does make sense. But either way, I love My Life Is Talk About You, and it's super fun live, and everyone was super into it. And now we get to the surprises. Now, as I said, by this point in closing night, fans already knew what were going to be the five songs of closing night. We get to the first song. That's the first of the five, and that is Didn't I for Meaning of Life. Now, this song is in my top three of that album. So sassy, and just the soul that comes there. Didn't I give you everything? I gave you everything, baby. Oh, it's just so good. It and she was feeling it. The backgrounds just killing it. It was such a moment like this. That's gonna grow tired after a while. But what makes this fun, and I love the fact that it's like every show was different, is that we get to hear obviously we get to hear something different, but also it's a celebration of her catalog. You have to understand, like Kelly is not just about the hits. It's not just Since You've Been Gone Because of You and Stronger, as some people think it is. Like there's so many great songs that she has put out. And the fact that every show there was something different and fans in the audience would celebrate these deep cuts or album tracks or songs that she hasn't performed in a while. It's just something great to watch. So everyone was very into Didn't I? And I love that because that's one of my favorites from that album and possibly from her discography. Like I really love it. Then we get to track number five. Okay. I love it. I'm saying track five as if we're an album, but song number five. This is a song that I think everyone wanted. Like everyone was requesting it. Everyone was like, "You can you? When are you gonna sing this one?" and all that stuff. This is one of the two songs that they were asking for. We got both of them on closing night. Sober. When I tell you, okay, so just a little context story about Sober. Um, so as well as like teaching, which is like my day job and all that stuff, like I'm a singer. I will say aspiring singer because I'm not a professional singer. Like I don't actually work as a singer. That's the goal one day in life. But um Kelly, I've always said, is the reason why I decided to become a singer in the first place. Like just her being my biggest influence in music and just that album, My December, and Sober in particular, it was one of the songs that I really got super inspired, and I actually started to write songs, like from that album, like based on that, influenced by that album, is when I decided to like give it a try with songwriting. And still to this day, like I'm still trying to figure it out, like years later. But Sober is just such a special song. It's unlike anything other from her catalog, of course, and everyone knows that. But there's something just so magical and effortless and sincere and raw about that song, you know? There's a reason why fans really connect and go to that song. And it's because it's such a moment. It's really is a thing of its own. So she sang it. She sang Sober on the show. You could hear a pin drop when Sober started playing. Everyone was so just focused on her. And then Avon played the guitar, which I love that. I love that was so special because Avon is one of the co-writers of Sober. And it was just it took me back to the My December era a little bit, of that everything that was going through in that era, the feud with the label, and then just everything that the album encompasses, like her just letting everything out, the anger and the emotions and all that stuff. Um, and it was such an important moment in the show for closing night. I love Sober. I thought it was such a masterpiece. She even got very emotional at the end, and it's yeah, it's just a special song. I feel like I'm gonna start rambling, but it was such a great moment. And cut to the next song. This is where I'm realizing like this like she's crazy. Like I don't know who made the order for this set list on closing night, but she's crazy for doing this, okay? If it was her, but whatever. So we finish Sober, everyone's crying, like right next to me. Like we're all crying at this point. We get Lighthouse after that. And Lighthouse is another like just thing of its own, like special kind of song. It's my favorite song on Chemistry, and just getting the chance to hear it live again because she played on opening night, but hearing it again, I enjoyed it even more this time. Maybe because I was in the front, but it's just such a beautiful song and just a connection. And I love her talking about the song at first, like before seeing it, and she's saying that you really put your everything in the relationship. You really try to make it work, try to keep that spark, that flame, that fire going. But at some point, like that relationship, like it's the light starts to fade, like if it's not working out, you try to keep that protected, the lighthouse, but the light isn't good enough anymore. You know, it's it starts to lose its spark. It really is that relationship. So I just love Lighthouse is such a special song, and I'm so happy that she kept it on the set list for all the shows because it really is a magical thing. So Lighthouse is great. Then we get to Because of You. Again, the hat trick. How do you do Sober, Lighthouse, Because of You back to back to back? I'm saying someone's crazy, whoever made it to set list. But it was great. And Because of You, again, was a thing of its own. I mean, that was a hit, but I really love it. And I love that the audience was singing along to every word. That happened a lot in this show, and I'm so happy that was the case because the audience really came through in every show. They really did. But I mean, closing night, like the audience was lit from start to finish. And we were there with her, and she was there with us, and it was so great. And then we get to Breakaway. This is where, I mean, at this point we could talk about it. She goes with Jocko. Shout out to Jocko. So she goes to like walk in between the audience and some of the VIP tables and all that stuff. And here's the thing. I mean, I like Breakaway. I really like Breakaway. It's a sing-along song. But I mean, it's more so like this section is not like, oh, Kelly's saying Breakaway. It was okay, Kelly's gonna, go sing parts of Breakaway and say hi to people and hug, and that's totally fine. And I'm totally fine with that because that makes it like the intimate connecting with your fans part of it. I thought it's a great moment, but yeah, and also, I mean, you needed a song to make work so that they can set up for the next section of the show. But Breakaway was really cute, and all that. So that happened. She was saying hi to people and waving and hugging and all that stuff. And we're like, oh my God, you're hilarious and we love you, right? So she goes back to the stage and now we get to like this more like she says it's more like her like jazz intimate, like bluesy bar kind of type of set. Um, and we get three fabulous songs: "Love So Soft," "Walk Away," and "Whole Lot of Women." I'm just gonna go back, like mention all these three together because all three were fabulous. Love So Soft is a jam, it's a bop, and it should have it deserved a lot better than it did when it was released, right? It's just such a great track. It's super like very modern, but also it has that just soulful energy, that soulful vibe, and it encompasses again like the record at the time, Meaning of Life. That was the record that Kelly wanted to do for a really long time, and it just hits a lot. Walk Away has grown to be one of my favorite Kelly Clarkson songs because of the way that she sings it live. I really love the studio version, but there's something magical about when she does it live. We have the horn section and then the background vocals are insane. That "you got your mother and your brother every other," that part is ridiculous. Walkaway is so fun. Like it really is a fun song to just jam to. And you can tell that Kelly absolutely loves this song. And yeah, it's grown now to be one of my favorites because of how she sings it live. And it's fantastic. Then we get to "Whole Lot of Women," which is always great. And I love this song. Should have been a single. Again, there's so many songs that should have been a single, but that's another thought for later. "Whole Lot of Women" is super fun. Just I love that it's Remy's favorite song. That is just hilarious. Good taste, I will say. Um, and it's just like you can tell she's feeling it. And I love again the lyric change of "I reside in NYC," like just that change in her life. So, like I said, those three songs are so great. They really, really are great. Then we get to a moment in the show that's so much fun and has really just, I feel like it grew like more as the show went along. I'm gonna keep doing this for the entire song. And his "Red Flag Collector." So, okay, here we go. Shout out to Liz from San Diego. I see you, girl. So she posted this on her social media about like this flag. Which has I mean I want to keep it family, but whatever. So it's Kelly we'll flip it up. It's I think it's from A B C D F No, 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 no. It's from opening night. When did she do this? I recognize the outfit. Because she's wearing like the green outfit. When did she flip the bird? Okay, let me know in the comments because I don't remember. But it's such a great photo. So "Red Flag Collector" is so fun. It's such a great track. I love like it really was like a it felt like a rock concert. And I'm always with the flag because you run your mouth, bump your chest. Like it's so fun. And everyone was into it. It's really, really good. So "Red Flag Collector" is it's again a standout from the show for sure. Then we get to the third new track of that set list of that night, and it is the final track from Chemistry. And I love that because she played us for a little bit. She was like trolling because she said the song is the last song of Chemistry, and we were like, "What? What do you mean last song? There's still so much show to go." But whatever. It was the last song from Chemistry, and that's right. Sheila E. wasn't there. I was kind of hoping that maybe that would be the case, but I also kind of knew that that probably wasn't going to happen because, I mean, Steve Martin wasn't there when they played "I Hate Love," or yeah, I don't know. There were no like special guest or anything. Well, there were, but we'll get to that. Todd, shout out to Todd. He did the percussions and all that stuff, and he played it for this song. I love this song. This is in my top five from Chemistry, and it just sounds so just like sultry and giving that Latin vibe. I like the ocean, that's right. I see. So I was so excited that I got to hear it live, and we got it for closing night. It's a really fun track, I will say. All right, then we get to another really special moment in the show. And this was the other song that a lot of people were requesting. Kelly even joked that it was like she's gotten more requests for this song than any other song in like her 20 years, which is up for debate. But I mean, I do get it because it's just flawless. So she starts talking about Billie Eilish, and so we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming, but at this point, and how like she heard the song and was like, she's talking about my life, like how dare you? Obviously joking, of course, but like she just found it so relatable, and she had waited to like do a cover. They did the karaoke. People responded like brilliant reviews. Obviously, they recorded it for the karaoke, and it just like I said, we all knew that this was gonna happen. We all knew that this song was gonna be performed, and we were waiting like the when. I think the when it was like when in the show is she gonna sing "Happier Than Ever?" And when like I got chills in Sober, I got chills when she sang Lighthouse, but "Happier Than Ever," that was just like I'm like sorry. See, like that's like literally like I can't find the words really to describe what a standout. It was just epicness. The se When I'm away from you, I'm happier than ever. Like that moment, like at the start, you could tell that she was going through the motions with the song because it's such a powerful track. And like I love that the audience, again, shout out to the audience. We like I say we because I'm including myself because I was in the audience, but we were very respectful of like everyone shut up. Like let's listen, okay? Then when it's time to sing, we'll sing. But there were moments where you could hear a pin drop because people were so focused on her magic. I'm repeating magic a lot, but that's what it was, okay? So powerful from start to finish, which led to, I'm gonna say at least a minute and a half standing ovation, people clapping, cheering. She's, trying to like say something she can't because we're all just like cheering and celebrating her, and then we started chanting her name, and then she tried to deflate like give it up for my band, and the band's like, no girl, like this is your moment, like this is about you, and which I thought was so lovely, and it speaks volumes about the the love and appreciation that we know that Kelly has for her band, but the love and appreciation that they have for her, you know it really is like a family. And I mean, we Kelly fans, we know this already, but it's just so magical to see on stage every night, right? It's just fantastic. So yeah, it's just, I mean, Happier Than Ever was a standout for me from the show. Um, and it just over exceeded my expectations. And then we get to, okay, hang on. Then we get to another moment in the show, which is Mine, when she sings Mine, and Mine has become like a stadium track for me. I mentioned this when I reacted to the song in April when it came out. This is a stadium song. Go ahead and break my heart, that's fine. Hearing the entire theater sing that, like that part, that chorus, is so powerful that Kelly has even mentioned, like, I just love that's her favorite song from the set list, singing live, because everyone is connected there and just singing every word, going with her on this ride. And it's just so great. Mine is really, I remember I loved it when it came out. Then, I had like other favorites, but now it's going back on my top three, top five. It's getting there. But again, there's so many great tracks from this album. It's hard to pick, right? We get to a special surprise. We got a Heartbeat song coming up next. And for this, we already saw like on social media, the people that weren't there on Friday, and the people that were there on Friday, that she had been teasing us that Remy and River Rose were going to be performing with her one show. So it happened the night, second to last show, which was Friday. And so Remy danced to a lot of women, and River Rose came out and sang Heartbeat song. So we thought, well, that's that. They're not going to do it on closing night. Well, turns out they both came out on stage and sang Heartbeat song with Kelly, and it was such a special moment. And it was just fun. It just for Kelly to like share that moment, like her. I didn't see Kelly Clarkson, the singer, the American Idol. I saw Kelly Clarkson like as a mom sharing the special moment with her kids. That's what it was for me. And to see that live, it was just fantastic. It was really, really just adorable to see like River, with the mic. This is my heartbeat song, and Remy dancing, and then Kelly just enjoying it. What am I doing? And just Kelly enjoying and celebrating, and we're all celebrating with them. And yeah, like I said, there's so much just positive energy coming out of all angles, in this show, and that's what made it so great. So Heartbeat Song was just really, really cute. Then we get to Miss Independent, and this is the one time in the show because she goes back and forth. But I'm going to be um I'm going to say in this moment, okay, because in my mind it did happen. But in this moment in Miss Independent, there was one point where she goes and walks like towards where I was and our people. And I was like, Jim, keeping a heart protected, and all that stuff. And then she like we made eye contact. In my mind, we made eye contact, and she waved, and I waved back at her, and I said, "You go, girl." And then we kept singing. Okay, so in my mind, that happened, and especially Miss Independent, I was so happy because that's such a great song. Miss Independent will never grow old. That's a classic. That is. I mean, and even like the arrangement live. I mean, they changed it up a little bit. It was the 2007 like My December version that they did. Um, but it's just so good. Miss Independent is just a great song overall, but live sounds so much better. The arrangement is so great. All right. So after Miss Independent, we get the encore, which I was very surprised. So in opening night, Miss Independent was the beginning of the encore. This was the closing of the standard set heading to the encore. And by this point, I knew that there was one more song from the five that hadn't been performed. And there were two other from the standard, and I actually forgot about one of them, which I will get to that. So the encore begins with a moment like this. Now I can actually talk about the song without making the reference. Um, it was very simple arrangement. Her and Jocko, just I guess just the celebration, like, 20 years now going to 21 years. And it's funny that like Kelly said, like it's not a song that she really, really loves, but it was special for the moment. And I think for the chemistry, it was perfect that she chose to sing it. And it was even better that she saved it for closing night because I feel like this entire experience, the album, people's response to the album, people's response and support, the fans on the shows, like that love and celebration that she's getting from everyone. I think it brought back like that love. Like I feel like she really felt that love and energy from the audience and everyone that was supporting her. And that was that, and the crowd sing along and it was wonderful. And then we get to the next song, which I actually kind of forgot. The show was so good that I actually forgot that this song was in the set list and she had moved it and she even joked about it. She was telling fans, it was like you don't know the set list, tonight. Like I made changes. And I love that. I think that's so cute. I mean, because she's aware that we follow, everything and we try to like decide, we try to like guess what she's gonna do and all that stuff, but whatever. So now we get to Me, and Me was such a she took us to church. That song is everything. Um, it's just so powerful, and just that um what I love about Me is that it's that song that it's like I'm I did all these things trying to make everything work, trying to like um trying to put other people first, trying to like make it this relationship be its own thing, trying to the love. That's over. I'm going to put myself first and I'm going to celebrate myself. And I don't need this. I don't need that anymore because I'm going to have me. I'm going to put myself first. That's the message of the song. And it's so great. I mean, she really goes through the motions again with the song. The crowd is there with her. She takes us to church. Jesse Collins, like when I met her on after opening night, I said I told her I was like, I love the riffs that you do in this song, like kind of like answering Kelly in the second verse. Um, I would needed me to need you, needed me to need you. And I was like, yes, girl, I love when she does that. So Jessie, like she was having her moment there, and I lived for it. I love Jessie. She's fantastic. Um, so me is a thing of its own, as I said, like it's a gospel like taking us to church moment, and I absolutely loved it. Then we get to stronger. I mean, just instant hits. Everyone was jumping around. By this point, we knew that the show was almost done, so it was just like, okay, we went through all of these motions in the show. Time to party it up with stronger. And the crowd was so into it. Everyone was jumping around, singing along with her. And then, of course, we finished the show with "Since You've Been Gone," which I mean, that song is just to hear everyone word for word sing it, and especially there in the pit where you can really like you feel that energy. Child, I was sweating like, oh my God, like the entire show, jumping around, just screaming, just singing with everyone, and we were all there just connected and sharing this moment. If you like really, if you ever had the chance to go to a Kelly show and you get the chance to be in the pit, live your best life. Like do it. Like, hopefully like do it and have a blast. I had so much fun. Like opening night was great and I had so much fun there, but like having that moment, um, it was just fantastic. I really, really love um that. So all in all, I mean, this the closing night was so special. It was special for everyone involved. It really was. But I think what made it so great um was that there was so much energy. There was so much love. There was a lot of celebration. I know I'm being very repetitive when I'm saying all these things, but it's just a fact, you know? It just felt like the perfect ending to a really amazing residency. Like the reviews every single night were like, she killed it. She stole the show. She was fantastic. A fantastic residency. It was a fantastic concert. The fact that like 21 years into her career, she sounds better than ever. Okay. And she's still that girl that we all fell in love with and are all fans of. Super humble, super just down to earth, hilarious one-liners, and just she's Kelly. She's that girl, okay? It just makes me proud and happy to be a fan of someone who gives us so much, just so many great music, so many great storytelling in the music. She gives it her all on stage, and she is just sweet and kind and down to earth. And I don't, and here's the thing, I don't think she realizes sometimes the impact that she has on people and especially her fans. I like, as I always say, like, it's like when the standing ovation happened, she was like, thank you, and all that stuff. And I mean, she was very moved by it, but I don't think she realizes sometimes, like, Kelly, you changed so many people's lives. I mean, hear it. You've changed so many people's lives. You've impacted so many people's lives. And as a fan, like I can say, I mean, I don't know if she'll ever watch this, but like, thank you. Thank you for being the reason why I decided to become a singer. Thank you for inspiring me to pursue songwriting and singing. Thank you for being that strength, for so many years. I growing up listening to Breakaway and My December and Piece by Piece and Meaning of Life and just all these fabulous songs and all these fabulous albums. Like I love being a fan of such an amazing artist and an amazing person. Period. So, I mean, really, this is such an amazing, amazing show. So all I have to say, what is next? I have no idea. I know we have the deluxe edition of Chemistry coming up soon on September 22nd. I'm so looking forward to that and checking out the songs along with everyone else. And who knows? I mean, right now, I know that the strike is really affecting a lot of things, especially the talk show. So, we'll see what happens with that. There's rumors. I mean, the rumor mill is, um, going around. She might go back to Vegas for a little bit, or she might do like something in New York City. You never know. Um, but all that, I'm ready for it, and I cannot wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did you think of the show? If you went to a specific night, let me know in the comments. Share your stories. And I just want to say to everyone that has followed, and everyone that has followed me, especially Kelly fans that I've met, like in because of Kelly fans that I've connected with and met because of this journey of the residency and just the reaction videos. Thank you for all the love and support. I love you guys, and everyone was so kind and sweet, and I can't wait to like hang out and meet again. The Casey fam is super, super just fantastic. And to everyone else that has joined me and to everyone else that has followed me on this journey, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit like, and I'll see you back here for the next video. Bye bye.